right. Good morning, everyone. I don't have my gavel. Uh-oh. KOH is falling off. All right. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate you being here for the State of the City address. I want to start off by introducing two of the most important people in my life is my wife, Diane, and my brother, Rick. Diane has managed to put up with me for 44 years, so God bless you. Yeah, that's a long time. Now, also, we have Donald Abbott, Paul Anderson, Charlene Bybee, Christopher Dare. Missed you, Diane Vanderwell, and of course, our city attorney, Wes Duncan. And then we have, she has perfect timing, Judge Cheryl Eiding, and we have Jim Spoo, Judge Spoo. And then I just want to ask, if you're on a board or a commission that you serve on for the city of Sparks, will you stand up for me for a minute? I want to recognize you guys. Thank you. You know, you guys give your time freely at no pay, and you do it just because of love of the city. I thank you very much for that. And so with that, I'm going to move down the list, and we've got some more introductions to do for some of the elected officials. Let's start with Assemblywoman Jill Dickman. Where'd you go, Jill? Washoe County Commissioners Clara Andriola, Mary Luz Garcia, Alexis Hill, and Mr. Mike Clark just walked in the door. And then from Reno, we have Devin Reese and Miguel Martinez. Where you at, Miguel? There he is. Thanks. And from the Washoe County School Board, we have Beth Smith, the president. Alex Woodley. Where you at, Alex? In the back. Colleen Westlake. There's Colleen. And then we have our acting superintendent, Christian McNeil. Thank you. And almost passed over Eric Brown. Eric Brown, county manager. I'd also like to thank Ann Silver from the chamber and Kevin Dick from the district health department. My new best friend at EDON, Taylor Adams. And of course, all of our employees that make all of this work for us. So thank you all for being here. So you don't have to listen to me speak for 40 minutes. We're going to show you a video that highlights all the accomplishments of things that we've done and what we're working on. So we can go ahead and roll that video, man.
Welcome to Mayor Ed Lawson's 2024 State of the City Address.
Hi, I'm Mayor Ed Lawson. I'd like to start out by recognizing and thanking the amazing people who are instrumental in making the City of Sparks a great place to live, work, and play. Our council members Donald Abbott, Diane Vanderwell, Paul Anderson, Charlene Bybee, and Christopher Dare, along with our city attorney Wes Duncan and our judges Jim Spoo and Cheryl Eiding, our department heads, managers, supervisors, and every single one of our truly amazing employees. Each one of you is a valuable member of our team that works diligently to make our city of Sparks the city of choice. And I'd like to personally thank you, the residents of Sparks, for putting your trust in me and electing me as your mayor. I pledge to always do my best to serve you with honesty and integrity.
Before jumping into the wonderful things going on in our city, we'd like to recognize the passing of former Mayor Gino Martini. Mayor Martini was our longest-serving mayor who served during some strong economic times as well as during the Great Recession. He was instrumental in many great projects during his tenure with the city, including our beautiful Sparks Marina, the outlets at Legends, downtown Victorian Square redevelopment, Golden Eagle Regional Park, and development in North Sparks. He was also influential in the realignment of the North Truckee Drain further downstream of the Truckee River to alleviate flooding issues.
Mayor Martini respected, appreciated, and loved the city staff, and the feeling was mutual. To me personally, he was a mentor who always gave me encouragement and perspective. He is definitely missed.
We have seen incredible growth in Sparks. Yes, we are a growing city, but let there be no doubt that we care for each and every resident. We are Sparks proud that we are a city that still has a small town feel and is family oriented for families of all shapes, sizes, and kinds. Although this year has had its challenges, we have persevered. Through the dedicated work of the more than 500 full-time city employees, our accomplishments are numerous. We're excited to tell you all about them. But first, we'd like to discuss how the current economy is affecting the city. As is the case for everyone, the city is feeling the effects of higher inflation. Initial projections indicate a fiscal year structural budget deficit in the city's general fund, the primary operating fund the city uses to account for services we provide to the citizens of Sparks, such as police, fire, street maintenance, and parks. The deficit comes as a result of forecasted revenues increasing by just 4%, while costs are expected to increase by approximately 7% over the same period. In other words, we are projected to have less money coming in than we have going out. We are seeing this already as costs of the things we need to serve the public, fuel, electricity, materials, and equipment, have been rising steadily.
Facing these fiscal challenges, we have implemented necessary action to preserve the city's financial stability. We have frozen certain vacant positions that are paid from by the general fund and reduced our services and supplies budget in an effort to generate roughly $5 million in savings this year. You, the public, may feel the effects of these service reductions. Our public works maintenance crews are spread particularly thin. We ask for your patience as we navigate through these fiscal challenges. But please know our promise to you is that we will always do our very best to serve you. Our priority is to invest your tax dollars wisely.
Despite these financial challenges, we have taken crucial steps to continue to provide for the safety of our residents and visitors. We have focused on filling vacant police officer and firefighter paramedic positions, and are excited to announce that we have filled all but a handful of these positions. Newly hired police officers and firefighters are completing academies and will soon join their colleagues on the streets of Sparks to help keep the public safe. We are still looking to fill emergency dispatcher positions to make sure that our police officers and firefighters get the information they need in an emergency, and that help is on the way should you need it.
To further our public safety efforts, we are planning to construct a 6th fire station in North Sparks. I firmly believe we need to get it constructed, equipped, and staffed as quickly as possible. City Council approved issuing up to $15 million in bonds to build and equip Fire Station 6.
In October, we closed escrow on the property and have added enough firefighter paramedic positions to fully staff the new station as soon as it's up and running. Once we break ground on the new fire station, which should happen very soon, it should take about 18 months to build.
I really want to give a lot of praise to the City of Sparks staff. While we were in negotiations to buy the land, our staff was busy designing the station and securing funding to build it. I want to give a huge shout out to our CFO, Jeff Kronk, Division Fire Chief Kevin Jacobus, and Capital Projects Manager Brian Kaysen. The station will be state-of-the-art with safety at the heart of the design.
Additionally, we have added a full-time emergency manager position to our staff. We anticipate being able to fund half of the ongoing employee costs for this position through a grant from the Nevada Division of Emergency Management. In March of last year, Walt White was sworn in as the 14th fire chief for the city of Sparks, marking the first time in department history that a fire chief was sworn in from outside the ranks of the department. Chief White comes to the city with substantial experience. We are excited to have him on board, leading our fire department into the future, and we also hired Patrick Chu as our new fire marshal.
Hi, I'm Councilman Donald Abbott from Ward 1. Last year, the Sparks City Council approved the purchase of an ambulance for our Sparks Fire Department, as about 85% of fire department calls are for medical services. Instead of taking large fire engines and ladder trucks to medical calls, our team will soon be able to use the ambulance, making response times quicker with less wear and tear on our city roads and fire apparatus. We are excited that this ambulance is expected to arrive very soon. City Council has also approved the purchase of a second ambulance funded largely through an Assistance to Firefighters grant that was awarded to the city in September of 2022. The purchase of a second ambulance will strengthen Sparks Fire Department's emergency medical response within the city, as well as provide transport capabilities to support our mutual aid partners. This ambulance is expected to be in service by October of this year.
Keeping our fire apparatus up to date is crucial as well. This past year, City Council approved the purchase of 3 Type 1 pumpers and a new brush truck to help with wildland firefighting. City Council approved the $1.2 million purchase of a Rosenbauer aerial platform fire truck. The high-tech rig with a tall ladder on top was designed by the Sparks Fire Apparatus Committee to meet certain specifications. However, due to material shortages and delays during the pandemic, the truck was delayed for more than 2 years. We are happy to announce this aerial fire truck has arrived and is set to be a frontline rig in service at Sparks Fire. The 2005 aerial currently in service will be moved to reserve status. Our fire department also received a $4,300 FM Global Fire Prevention grant to purchase iPads for use in the field, and a $35,000 grant for thermal imaging cameras from the Firehouse Subs Foundation. We also received a FEMA Assistance Firefighters grant to help fund equipment, medical supplies, and paramedic training for Fire Station 6. This year, we also purchased equipment and software and installed a new alerting system for our fire department. The new technology allows for ramping tones, message boards, mapping, and lighting alerts to reduce the stress on first responders, especially when they are needed in the middle of the night. This system is part of a regional approach to improve dispatch and response times for fire personnel. The $560,000 system was paid for through Washoe County 911 surcharge fees. We spent about $72,000 on a mobile training unit that will allow the fire department to train on ventilating rooftops in a safe and efficient manner. Cutting a hole in the top of a structure during a fire allows the superheated gases and smoke to escape the structure, making the environment inside the structure safer for occupants and firefighters. The vertical ventilation tactic is one of the most dangerous operations for our firefighters, so having this training tool is vital.
We've also put important safety measures and new technology in place for our Sparks Police Department. In November 22, the City Council approved using $850,000 of ARPA funds to purchase ShotSpotter, a program that allows Sparks Police Department to identify, locate, and track active gunfire throughout the community. This real-time gunfire technology helps officers respond to and investigate incidents to solve crimes. It also reduces gun violence and will save lives in Sparks.
Hello, I'm Diane Vanderweld, Councilwoman for Ward 2. Sparks Police implemented a new unmanned aircraft system, or drone program. Law enforcement agencies around the world are using drones in many ways to save lives and enhance officer safety. Drones have had a major impact in the areas of traffic accident reconstruction, critical incidents, forensic investigations, search and rescue operations, monitoring crowds during special events, traffic pattern evaluation, first response for service calls, and much more. We currently have 6 officers trained to operate these drones. Each officer passed an aeronautical knowledge test and all other mandatory qualifications for FAA certification. I can't wait to hear how these drones are helping our Sparks Police Department better serve the public. Our police officers are often the first on scene to medical emergencies. I'm excited to announce as of today, every Sparks Police vehicle is outfitted with a life-saving automatic external defibrillator to help victims of cardiac arrest.
Law enforcement officers and first responders throughout Nevada receive this critical equipment thanks to the $6.9 million grant from the Leona M. and Harry B. Helmsley Charitable Trust. In partnership with the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services, the funds were used to purchase more than 3,000 AEDs throughout the state of Nevada. These AEDs will help us to ensure the best possible health outcomes in these medical emergencies. Thank you to the Helmsley Charitable Trust for this tremendous gift to our state. Sparks Police also received a $40,352 Justice Assistant Grant Program Award from the U.S. Department of Justice to be used towards law enforcement training, supplies, and operating expenses. The physical and mental health of our employees is vitally important. Due to the stress involved for those in public safety careers, City Council approved a 2-year, $381,500 professional service contract using ARPA funding to provide and manage a mental health program within the Sparks Police and Fire departments. And our mobile outreach safety team, most staff, are continuing to help implement important mental health services and connect community members with the resources they need to live healthier, happier lives.
We continue to see tremendous success of our Homeless Outreach Proactive Engagement Team, or HOPE team. They're dedicated to assisting those experiencing homelessness through a face-to-face, service-first, relationship-building program. This dedicated 3-person team is making a significant impact in our community.
Hi, I'm Councilmember Paul Anderson, Ward 3. Building on these successful programs, we've established a new Neighborhood Police Unit, or NPU, to help improve quality of life for residents and visitors by establishing partnerships between law enforcement and the public. NPU's goals are to reduce crime and the fear of crime and provide outreach, resources, and intervention to anyone in need. The team has multiple community partnerships with organizations such as Community Services Agency, Children's Cabinet, Washoe County Sheriff's Office Court Services, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and Code Enforcement. They also provide connections to a wide range of resources like social services, education opportunities, Medicaid, drug and alcohol counseling. In October, NPU officers partnered with Safeway and Safeway Asset Protection to combat retail theft occurring at the Safeway on Vista Boulevard. During the 2-day operation, they made more than 20 arrests and plan to do future theft operations with other local businesses.
When you call 911, seconds matter. The Reno and Sparks City Councils and the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners are collaborating on how to improve emergency services dispatch using the 911 system. We established a regional working group with leaders from fire, emergency medical services, law enforcement, and dispatch to assess the current emergency response system and provide recommendations for what regionalization looks like in Northern Nevada. Together, we have participated in on-site visits, data collection, and workshops. During this process, it quickly became clear that efforts to regionalize 911 services were heavily dependent on technology to ensure compliance and compatibility. We are happy to announce that we have accomplished the first step to improve the 911 system. Washoe County and the cities of Sparks and Reno all approved an agreement to purchase the Hexagon computer-aided dispatch system. This CAD system will streamline technology and is critical in prioritizing and recording calls and coordinating a timely response. In the coming months, we will continue efforts to implement the unified CAD system and anticipate launching the new system next year. Your community leaders and first responders are committed to working together to enhance protocols using the 911 system to deploy the nearest and most appropriate resources to an emergency. We are proud to work together to keep our community safe. And speaking of public safety, our congressional delegation has funded new P25 radios. This $1.4 million upgrade will replace outdated 800 megahertz radios. Soon, police, fire, community services, and emergency management will all have new handheld radios that will greatly improve regional communication in emergency situations.
There are so many other exciting things happening here in the city of Sparks. Let's start with some important staffing changes. Police Chief Chris Crawford stepped in to serve as acting city manager in September of last year. We are currently in the process of a nationwide search for a new city manager.
Since the last State of the City address, we welcomed Jill Valdez as our Human Resources Director upon the retirement of Mindy Falk after 17 years with the city, Michael Drinkwater as our Community Services Director upon the retirement of Armando Ornelas, who served the city for more than 23 years, and Nancy O'Connor as the Parks and Recreation Director upon the retirement of Tony Pele, who faithfully served the city for more than 30 years. We wish them all the best in their retirement and welcome our new department heads.
Hi, I'm Charlene Bybee, Councilwoman for Ward 4. Speaking of Parks and Recreation, we accepted a $16,550 grant from the Nell J. Redfield Foundation to support our Leisure Without Limits program. We're proud that our Parks and Recreation Department continues to create awareness and provide recreational programming for people with disabilities. The Leisure Without Limits program include weekly art classes and bowling, as well as special events such as Special Olympic programs and holiday dances. This funding also supports the Mark Wellman Adventure Day at the Sparks Marina, which provides opportunities for people with diverse abilities to use adaptive equipment to rock climb, kayak, and cycle. The Nell J. Redfield Foundation has generously supported these programs since 2009, and we're so grateful for their continued support. And you may remember that we held our grand opening right here at the Sparks Marina for our All Abilities Playground in September of 2022 for children with all abilities to safely enjoy.
We also accepted an $18,750 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts to support the commission and installation of a public piece of artwork on Victorian Avenue. We partnered with our Equity and Inclusion Advisory Board, the Generator, and 39 North to guide the public input portion of the project. Through a survey, we asked you what artwork you'd like to see, and are happy to announce that we received more than 77 responses. We received 142 applications from artists wishing to commission the artwork. Our Arts and Culture Advisory Committee recently chose the artist, and we look forward to seeing this new art piece on Victorian Avenue later this year.
2023 marked a historic milestone for the City of Sparks. In 1978, the city created a redevelopment agency in Nevada's first redevelopment area in downtown Sparks. Revenues from Redevelopment Area 1 have been used over the past 45 years to make substantial infrastructure improvements to support our downtown businesses and transform the Victorian Square into a premier venue for special events such as the Rib Cook-Off and the Nugget Concert Series. After 45 years of supporting improvement to downtown Sparks, the redevelopment area sunsetted on June 30th, 2023.
If you haven't checked out our reimagined Victorian Square lately, we encourage you to head over and enjoy a meal, libation, special event, concert, or movie. There's so much to offer in downtown Sparks. And before you ask, yes, there's plenty of parking in our public parking garage right next to the Galaxy Theater.
Keeping our residents safe is always our #1 priority. For the past several years, we've been investing in the safety of downtown Victorian Square. As you know, the city's downtown area brings in numerous events that attract many thousands of visitors. The city continues to prioritize adding protection against outside threats to events held in the downtown area.
Council approved a $91,000 purchase of a mobile surface-mounted barrier system and removable high-security safety bollards. The mobile trailer can be moved into place where and when needed and provides a barricade that is crash-rated to stop a 15,000-pound vehicle traveling 30 miles per hour. The new safety system and the in-ground barricades and bollards installed in 2020 are being used to mitigate threats during special events. We know that the safety of our residents and visitors is worth this important investment. We spent about $5 million of Redevelopment Area 1 funds on projects along Victorian Square. The Nugget Event Center forecourt project has freshened up the area in front of this exciting concert venue with new seating, lighting, and shade structures. We added roll-up doors to the Tony Armstrong Amphitheater to keep it safe and secure, and rehabilitated concrete pavers, curbs, landscaping, tree planters, benches, and safety bollards on the east end of Victorian Avenue. In fiscal year 24, we budgeted $670,000 for our preventative street maintenance program. These important dollars are used for treatments such as slurry sealing and minor patching that help prevent roadway deterioration. 1/3 of city roads are inspected every year, and preventative maintenance is typically done on roadways with a pavement condition index, or PCI, of 65 to 100. For comparison, the cost for preventative maintenance is about 50 cents per square foot, whereas the cost for full rehabilitation is about $11 per square foot. The Audie Wells project is an RTC-sponsored multimodal improvement project that is creating a safer corridor for all forms of transportation from the Audie Boulevard Pyramid Way intersection in Sparks to the Wells Avenue I-80 intersection in Reno. This project has increased safety and mobility options along this heavily traveled corridor, including new lighting, landscaping, ADA improvements, pedestrian ramps, bicycle facilities, and safer traffic operations to increase mobility and connectivity. RTC with the City of Sparks, Federal Highway Administration, and Nevada Department of Transportation completed Phase 1 of the Sparks Boulevard project in December 2022, 3 months ahead of schedule. The project added roadway capacity, increased safety and accessibility, and improved bicycle and pedestrian facilities by widening Sparks Boulevard between Gregg Street and Lincoln Way. Phase 2 of this project, currently in design, will widen Sparks Boulevard between Gregg Street and Bering Boulevard, with construction beginning in 2025. In May of last year, NDOT and RTC began working on Phase 1 of the Pyramid Highway project to widen Pyramid Highway from Queenway to Los Altos Parkway from 4 to 6 lanes. This project will reduce traffic congestion in the area and is scheduled to be completed in the summer of 2025.
And let's talk about other projects that we worked on in the past year. CDBG funds supported the reconstruction of curbs, gutters, and sidewalks throughout the neighborhoods in West Sparks.
We finished some important pedestrian improvements near Sparks High School and Robert Mitchell Elementary, and added a pedestrian crossing between our Larry D. Johnson Community Center and the Sparks Library. Tennis and pickleball, anyone? Last year, we used $442,000 of CDBG funding to rehabilitate our tennis courts at Opio Park. In addition to the reconstruction of these courts, we added 4 pickleball courts and new fencing to separate each court. We're excited that these new courts opened this past August. We revitalized the Recreation Gym Park Playground behind the City of Sparks Parks and Recreation Administration Building at 98 Richards Way, thanks to an ARPA grant awarded to us by the Intertribal Council of Nevada. This public park is used by the neighboring community and for city child care programs. The $410,000 project upgraded the existing surface from engineered wood fiber to play tiles, greatly improving playground accessibility. And speaking of parks, CDBG COVID funds from the state of Nevada allowed us to put new, prefabricated restrooms at Shelley and Burgess Parks.
Hello, I'm Ward 5 Councilmember Christopher Dare. CDBG funds are also helping other organizations in our community. Our 5-year consolidated plan for fiscal years 2020 through 2024 identified the priorities of improving public infrastructure to increase accessibility and public safety. The plan also identifies supporting nonprofits that provide shelter and supportive services to low-income households, residents with special needs, and people who are homeless. This ensures fair housing activities are in place in the Sparks community and supports the creation of affordable and mixed-income housing opportunities. To further these goals, last year we awarded $72,245 to the Eddy House to support their mission of providing shelter and services to youth experiencing homelessness in Washoe County. We awarded $25,000 to Silver State Fair Housing to provide educational opportunities to the public about fair housing practices. We also awarded more than $231,000 of CDBG funds to the Food Bank of Northern Nevada for the distribution of food in low to moderate income neighborhoods.
We partnered with Washoe County to help Sparks and unincorporated Washoe County residents who were facing eviction due to financial hardship stay in their homes. As of July 2023, we help residents fill out more than 100 rental assistance applications. And under AB 396, passed during the 82nd session of the Nevada Legislature, the city received $1.5 million for fiscal year 23-24 and anticipates receiving an additional $1.5 million for fiscal year 24-25 from the state of Nevada to help qualified Sparks residents with rental assistance. With these important dollars, we've developed 2 programs that are being administered through the Reno Housing Authority. The Eviction Prevention Rental Assistance Program is designed to protect households facing eviction due to financial hardship and emergencies. And the Senior Short-Term Rental Assistance Program offers seniors 62 years and older up to $500 per month for 6 months if they are unable to pay rent due to rent increases or financial hardships. In the first few weeks after launching these programs, Sparks staff had already helped 76 households complete their applications with more than $150,000 in financial assistance approved. We are using up to $1 million of Home Means Nevada initiative funds allocated to us by the state of Nevada to purchase vacant land as sites for development of affordable housing. If the city is successful in acquiring the land, we will solicit applications from developers for rent and income restricted affordable housing projects on those sites. Stay tuned for much more information on this exciting initiative. This past August, our City Council approved a contract with the Food Bank of Northern Nevada to provide $300,000 toward the purchase of a property on Audie Boulevard. In partnership with the Children's Cabinet, the Food Bank plans to use the property for a multifaceted community center, offering meeting space, childcare, workforce development opportunities, a food pantry, and so much more. We are thrilled to be a small part of this incredible project. In partnership with Renown Health, we cut the ribbon on a brand new fitness court at Ardmore Park next to the Larry D. Johnson Community Center. This fitness-focused facility is free to use and will empower the community to take care of their well-being as part of a healthy and active lifestyle.
We've also celebrated the installation of 2 Karma boxes, one at the Sparks Marina, sponsored by the Henry Schein Company, and the other at Larry D. Johnson Community Center, sponsored by the Nevada Kids Foundation. We invite the public to place non-perishable foods, hygiene products, and other items in the box, and for folks to take what they need. We plan to place other Karma boxes around the city in the months to come.
We finished our Sparks Marina Canal recirculation system project this past summer. The pump recirculation system draws water from the marina and discharges it to the east end of the Marina Canal, forcing the water in the canal to slowly move back to the center of the lake. The recirculation helps combat stagnation and algae growth. This project was so important to maintaining Sparks Marina Park, a gem in our city. It's a great place to walk, swim, paddleboard, kayak, fish, you name it. We finished up our free Music at the Marina concert series in September with food trucks, live music, cornhole, swag, and so much more. Stay tuned for more information about this year's Music at the Marina events. And of course, we're thrilled about the many special events that happen here in Sparks. Our event season this past year was fantastic, from amazing concerts at the Outdoor Nugget Event Center to signature events such as Hot August Nights, Dragon Boat Festival, Best in the West Nugget Rib Cook-Off, Water Lantern Festival, and so much more. We also enjoyed our award-winning Fall into the Holidays Craft Fair, Thanksgiving Day Turkey Trot, Tree Lighting Ceremony, 39 North Pole Village, and Hometown Christmas Parade. Year-round, Sparks is truly the place to be. Another great place to be in Sparks is Golden Eagle Regional Park. This amazing sports complex brings an estimated $30 million in economic impact to our region each year, with approximately 1,400 teams visiting from outside our area and about 50,000 room nights generated by scheduled tournaments. The park averages more than 1 million visits a year. The artificial fields at Golden Eagle are on a rotating schedule for replacement and are funded by marijuana establishment business license fees in Sparks. So far, we have replaced 3 multi-purpose fields and 6 softball infields, and are currently working on the infield turf replacement on the baseball fields. We will continue to replace fields annually until all the fields have been replaced, and then we'll start the process all over again to make sure Golden Eagle Regional Park continues to be a premier sports destination for decades to come.
Needless to say, we are excited to help make a positive difference in our community, one project at a time. Speaking of positive impacts, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the great things our Public Works maintenance team continues to do, from plowing and sweeping our streets and cleaning out storm drains to keeping our parks beautifully maintained and our facilities running smoothly. These employees are truly superheroes.
When snowstorms hit Sparks last winter, our crews were out 24/7 plowing our roads and removing down tree branches so we, the residents of Sparks, could get from point A to point B safely. In the 3 days between December 31st, 2022 and January 2nd, 2023, our Sparks crews spent 502 hours and drove more than 4,000 miles in snowplows, clearing tons of snow. And when the storms continued all winter long and into the spring, our crews were out working diligently to help keep us all safe. These amazing employees are also responsible for maintaining traffic signals at 113 intersections, 734 lane miles of roadways, and 10,578 storm drain catch basins on city streets to keep our roadways clear of water.
I cannot tell you how proud I am of this small but mighty crew. Keeping our employees safe is crucial. We are excited to announce that Assembly Bill 2 passed during this year's Nevada legislative session. This was the City of Sparks' sole bill draft request, or BDR. The new law allows local government vehicles to use non-flashing blue lights, which are more visible than other colors of light like white or amber, improving the safety of our city employees and the public alike.
And we can't forget to mention our Truckee Meadows Water Reclamation Facility. This year, Tumwharf received a $300,000 grant from the Federal Emergency Management Agency to conduct a seismic evaluation of the various structures at the treatment facility and identify opportunities to enhance the resiliency of the city's infrastructure. The staff at Tumwharf has also continued to research the newest approaches for water reclamation and has piloted a number of different technologies over the past few years to stay on the cutting edge. The coming year will expand on some of the most promising research with the treatment plant testing an innovative treatment approach that will process approximately 7 million gallons of water per day, roughly 25% of the total influent flow. Additionally, 2 Tumwharf staff members, chemist Natalie Tuttle and wastewater plant operator Andrew Menegio, were recognized by the Water Environment Federation for their excellent contributions to the wastewater field in the areas of operations and laboratory analysis. Congratulations to these outstanding employees.
Our City Attorney's Office has been doing some great things, and now I want to turn it over to City Attorney Wes Duncan to highlight some of the important initiatives that come from our Sparks City Attorney's Office.
Thanks, Mayor Lawson. Our office was busy last year. First, we spearheaded the End the Silence of Domestic Violence initiative to tackle domestic violence and support victim survivors of crime. The initiative includes new City of Sparks laws to address abusers who try to dissuade survivors from testifying or reporting their abuse. The City Attorney's Office is also partnering with our Sparks Police Domestic Abuse Response Team, or DART, to better investigate and enforce domestic violence laws in the community, as well as implement an early intervention model for victim survivors to better prosecute their abusers' cases. Additionally, the City Council adopted a first-of-its-kind ordinance that prohibits committing battery and domestic violence in the presence of a child, and we also passed a child abuse ordinance. These measures have been important in further protecting children in the City of Sparks. We also passed a new law prohibiting spectators from gathering at street racing events, sideshows, and speed exhibitions. The ordinance gives Sparks Police another tool to enforce laws against these dangerous activities in the City of Sparks and is helping to keep our community safe. The City Attorney's Office is also spreading the word about fraud protection with the launch of its Senior Scam Prevention Initiative. The city recognizes that the best way to protect our residents is by recognizing the different techniques scammers use to commit fraud. Lastly, I was excited to be appointed to the statewide Committee on Domestic Violence and the Advisory Council for Prosecuting Attorneys. It's great to have the City of Sparks at the table when crafting statewide policy that affects our residents.
A few other great things have happened this year. We launched our brand new mobile citizen engagement application. The MySparks app streamlines the process for residents to submit service requests, get important notifications, and easily access highly requested information. If you haven't downloaded it yet, why not? It's easy. Just go to cityofsparks.us/MySparks for more information. Speaking of citizen engagement, have you seen our Monday Minute segment? Check it out every Monday on our social channels. It's a great way to find out what's happening here in 1 minute or less. Or are you looking for more of a deep dive? Please check out our Ignite Sparks podcast as well. And we're excited to announce that we've won a Bronze Telly Award for our 2022 State of the City Address video. Telly Awards annually showcase the best work created within television and across video for all screens. We are #SparksProud of this national award. As part of our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, city staff attended Cultural Competency Professional Learning with Dr. Tiffany Young. Her motto, "Shift happens," and it certainly has as we develop the skills to combat biases and exclusionary practices. This training has helped us build cultural awareness while addressing views that could lead to unintentional barriers as we pursue diversity, equity, and inclusion goals. Staff also attended strategic leadership training through the Kent Leadership Academy with the goal of helping us create and maintain a supportive, inspiring, forward-thinking culture within the City of Sparks. This year, our Sparks Equity and Inclusion Advisory Board identified conducting a community survey as a key priority. We want to hear from you about the services we provide, what we are doing well, and what we can improve on. The survey will soon be sent to random households in all 5 wards. If you receive this important survey, please take it. We'd love to hear your thoughts and look forward to presenting the results to you in the near future. Our Sparks Senior Citizens Advisory Committee was tasked with allocating $100,000 of ARPA funding to support seniors in the Sparks community. The committee identified specific service areas and sought proposals. They recommended disbursement to 5 organizations to help with rental assistance, transportation services, and technical education for Sparks seniors. Thank you to our seniors for their ideas and input.
As many of you know, I've been very vocal about our support of the Truckee Meadows Public Lands Management Act, or Lands Bill. Our region is projected to add more than 100,000 new residents by 2030. We are running out of land. New residents will require employment, housing, and recreational opportunities. These federally owned lands might as well be ocean because it can't be built upon. Meanwhile, other lands would be preserved for conservation and recreational purpose for generations to come. I'm excited to work with Senator Jackie Rosen to get the bill introduced in the Senate and working with Congressman Amodei to get the Lands Bill passed in the House.
This past October, we were proud to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Reno Sparks Indian Colony. In the MOU, the City of Sparks agreed to support expanding the area of critical environmental concern and redesignating it as a national conservation area. The Reno Sparks Indian Colony agreed to support Sparks' request for disposal of lands in the region. This agreement demonstrated the strong regional support for these protections and will help us on the pathway to expanding our city boundaries while preserving land for our children and great-grandchildren.
We are committed to working with our regional partners, the Nevada Congressional Delegation, and other stakeholders on well-balanced legislation addressing the economic development, sustainable growth, housing, conservation, and recreation for current and future residents. Stay tuned for more information about this important initiative. I'm so proud of all the accomplishments and initiatives mentioned today, and I'm damn proud to be your mayor.
You know, it is fun to go back and look at the accomplishments, but it's not accomplishments by myself or the city council, it's our employees. Without our employees, we have nothing. They're the ones that do the hard work. We just give the direction. We make sure that we're going in the right direction, and we look a little bit further out. And I had another piece of paper here. There it is. Thank you, Julie. It was running down here. Just some updates since the video. The Fire Station 6, there will be bid openings on February the 14th, and it will take about 1.5 years to construct after that. We talked about the rental assistance, the $1.5 million. It looks like that will all be spent by the middle of March. So we'll be eligible for another $1.5 million in rental assistance for our community. Lands Bill update. The Lands Bill got introduced in the Senate. Yes, thank you. We have, now it has to go to the Naturalization Committee and then introduced to the Senate itself, and then it will go over to Congress, to the House, and see where we end up with all this. Time is of the essence right now. If this doesn't happen in this Congress, which ends at Christmas time, it gets put off for another 2 years. If you've noticed housing prices, I think the latest housing price, average median household income or household price now is over $600,000. You know, and I keep talking about we lost a generation when my kids graduated, there were no jobs. Now we have kids who can't live here because they can't afford to live here. That's a shame. That's an absolute shame. We're losing our Nevada kids because we don't have affordable housing. The Lands Bill is going to help with that tremendously. And let me just have you stand up. If you're a department head, please stand up for me. I want to recognize you guys. Come on, Lisa. These guys are the ones that do the day-to-day work and make our job real easy as city council. So with that, we're going to end this and let's eat some cake.